you've been a guest on our show a number of times. We're going to get your opinion on a story, but first I want to talk a little bit about you. I feel like that you're a veteran at VidCon because the last couple of days, I've been following you on Instagram, and of course I see that you have a booth here for your
Moosh walks.
My
moosh walks.
But then I see you're doing like splits on stages. At panels, you're taking pictures with fans. So what's your favorite part about VidCon?
Oh my gosh, definitely meeting my fans, because staying at home and making videos every day, you're by yourself, you're at your computer, you have ideas, you edit, you do all these things, and then you come here and you see smiling faces and you go, oh my God, this is real, and they look so cool. Like, look at that girl, her fashion is awesome.
Her fashion your fashion is on point.
It's fantastic.
So good, and you're prepared in case it rains. I think that's...
Is your mic on, Brett?
Oh my God!
I can barely hear
I'll just get into it. I'll just get in here.
There you go. So you're meeting fans and viewers that have been around for so long, and actually seeing them grow. Like, some of them would be 11 years old when I first met them, and now they're 16. Aww. You're like, this is so weird. I remember you as a child, and now you're like a grown adult.
You're growing with them.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Has there ever been something really crazy? Like, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at VidCon?
Like, it's not really crazy, but like sometimes I would wake up with notes underneath my door. It doesn't happen as much anymore because there's security everywhere. But I would wake up with gifts and notes underneath saying, good morning, I hope you have a good day today.
I feel like that was Brett.
You know what?
I feel like that was Brett.
That's a really great idea. I'm going to do that. Give us some secrets. Wait,
but you know, this is really funny because that's what I do to YouTubers now, because I have my Mooshwalk socks that I give away to YouTubers. So it goes like, hey, where's Lily staying? Okay, what's her room number? Great. And I go to her room and leave like a little bag.
See, that's generous. So that's a gift. Like, I love my Mooshwalk socks because not only do I wear them with boots like you do, like a little knee high, but I wear them to bed.
Yes, they're
comfortable.
Right? Oh, thank
so you have new designs now.
Yes, this is Roxy. It's based on my dog.
Aww.
It looks just like my dog. She's a Shih Tzu. And I have another one. Her name is Lola, and she's a flirt, and she's like, hey. Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
I'm just noticing that your socks have ears, and that might be, you just like took socks out of the box.
Yes.
Air out of the box, and it's amazing because like I never thought to put anything on the socks. I think as soon as I get stuff on my socks, they're ruined. This is how they come, and that's the intention of it. That's amazing.
That's the intention. I wanted to create a company that is socks, not T-shirts. And when I was thinking about it, I want them to be alive. And ears just popped into my head. I was like, wait, who is making socks with ears? And I did research. No one was doing it.
That's
I'm like, I'll be the first one.
That's one thing. One thing that we know about Olga K. She always thinks outside of the box. We love getting your opinion. So we want to get your opinion on a story that's buzzing right now. So right now, we all know when we think about a female video game character, and you have a lot of experience with video games. They're very sexy. They have these very sexy bodies. So Bulimia.com is posing the question to all the different gamers out there, to all the different gaming companies, why can't there be female video game characters that have realistic bodies? Because they're afraid that these unattainable bodies are doing more harm than good. I want to show you some of these proportions, what they did. So what they did is they changed the body proportions on some of the main iconic female video game characters. So we have Lara Croft.
And I think this is a beautiful body. It's curvy. I am curvy. I'm not this, skinny girl. I have a giant butt. So yes, I think it's beautiful. And I think it's and I was thinking about the same thing because somebody said that they could not fit into my moosh walks unless they're super, super skinny. And I said, well, that's not necessarily true. I actually Snapchatted just men wearing these socks, and men in general just a bigger proportion. And my whole goal actually for the company here to also showcase all kinds of bodies wearing something like that. Because everyone believes that knee-high socks are only for skinny models, and that's not the case, and that's going to be my next step to showcase that. Bodies are beautiful.
All bodies are beautiful, and I feel like nowadays...
Not mine.
Brett's body is very beautiful.
I'm fine with it.
nowadays you do look at, if you're a young, impressionable mind and you're looking at whether it's, and here's the thing, I do understand that with certain superheroes or with certain, these video game characters are supposed to be unrealistic to some degree.
Yes.
But where is that balance where there's a young kid who's playing video games all the time, then they're looking in the magazines, then they're watching TV, and then all they're seeing are these unrealistic, unattainable bodies?
Well, it's not fair because if you think about it, like those superheroes were either born with those superpowers or they were bitten by some spider. Either way, they never had to work out.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's not
It's
fair.
so not fair.
It's such an unattainable model. I think this is fantastic.
I think this is fantastic
I do too, and I think typically, like when I look back at when I used to game, you could tell when a video game was a video game. It was very pixelated. Nowadays, or whatever you would call it, bits, pixelated, right?
Pixelated is
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Okay,
I
good.
feel with the
Thank
movie
you.
Pixels coming out, it's
That
now
was
in the
appropriate.
zeitgeist.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like now because the technology is so great and you can make these images so realistic, I think that's why this website has become very concerned. And it almost has like this call to action to change it or at least make it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. I support 100%.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Kirby, the game, has been doing this for decades. It's been ahead of its time because he's just a circle with feet.
Or Pac-Man.
Pac-Man also.
Yeah.
I think we've gone away from that, and I think we need to get back toward it. I like it. Maybe a Star Wars game featuring just Jabba the Hutt.
Interesting.
He doesn't even have feet, right? He's just a slug man. He's got
and that's
arms.
okay. And that's okay. Okay, so back to Olga. So what's next? Do you have more things with Mooshwalks? Do you have other extensions of that brand?
Yes, I actually do. It's a universe. They're alive. They're characters. They have their stories. My biggest dream, I want to be there so bad.
No, you want to be right
know.
here.
I wanna be here.
You
I
want to
don't
be
like
right
noise.
here.
No, I'm just
This
kidding.
is
I
where
want
the
to be
cool
right
kids
here.
hang out.
I want to be right
There's
here.
literally just a lizard, a crazy
Yeah.
lizard loose, and everybody's afraid of it. Like a
Somebody's-
Godzilla-type character's over there, so don't go there.
My next goal for Mooshwalks is turn them into more alive characters and turn them into an animated show.
What?
You like that?
Who
Do you guys
are
like
you?
that?
That's a great idea.
Thank you, because they have characters and they have personalities and they're so, like fun. I love her sucks too, but they're so fun and they're running, and I just see them in this universe running around, making relationships and just having so much fun. So I want to turn them into an animated show, a comic book, hopefully an animated movie one day.
It's going to happen. I feel like
It will.
since we've known you, you've grown leaps and bounds, and everything
Thank
that you
you.
said that you're going to do, you do, and you exceed the expectations.
I'm unstoppable, and actually, I want to encourage all the girls here when I come to events like this. Just because you're a female and you feel like you don't fit in a certain genre and you feel like you can't do it, you can do anything as long as you're committed to it. Yes.
Yes,
And
you
every
can.
man as
Yes,
well,
you
every
can.
man as well. But I want to empower all the girls. Everything is possible. I came to this country at 16 years old. I didn't speak the language. I was in the circus.
She was in. Did you guys know this? I'm sure you know
Yeah,
her
everybody
backstory for, but just in case, 16
Yeah.
years old, was in the circus. You
Yeah.
came here. Did you know the language?
I did not know the language. I had to sit in my trailer and memorize word after word after word. And then I was in a circus for 3 years, and then I was just kind of stuck, and I didn't know what to do. And I discovered YouTube back in the day when YouTube was a obscure platform. Nobody was using it, but I had this creativity, and I wanted to express myself. And within a year or two, I just turned that into my job. And I
Wow.
knew nothing about business or anything or how to make it work. And I just did so much research, and you can do anything. This was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I decided to manufacture socks on my own without any other companies that help other YouTubers. So I had to go literally to manufacturers and talk to them and understand the concept that I want ears on it. I have to go to 7 different companies. Just somebody will say, yes, okay, fine, we'll put ears on them.
So when you face that kind of adversity,
Yes.
there's got to be times when you're just thinking to yourself, I can't do this anymore. So
Every day.
What do you do? What do you say to yourself? And as a way of imparting wisdom and guidance to people who have faced adversity in their
Yeah.
lives, what do you say to yourself to push yourself over that next hump?
I'll tie it into what is my motivation and inspiration. And this is going to get a little deep, but my motivation and inspiration is, guys, this is going to get really deep, but sudden death. And I'll explain. If I think about that, you know what, tomorrow this could be over for me. what is one thing that I wish that I did? So that's my motivation every day. I want to do as much as I can every day. When I'm really down and exhausted, I just want to get up and say, you know, I could be gone tomorrow. I want to leave a mark, and I just want to do something really, really cool.
That's amazing. You've already left a mark, and you're going to continue to leave a mark.
Thank
so if you could, one last message that you could leave all of your fans, whether they're getting into YouTube, whether it's starting a company, do you
Whether
have
it's watching every episode of Friends on Netflix.
Hey, I support that.
That's okay.
I support that.
That's Brett.
Yeah.
Do you have like a formula or like one thing that you could give them to take home?
There's no certain formula, but you have to figure out what your passion is, and you have to love what you do. There's actually a couple of things that I'm going to tell you guys. Because YouTube is the hardest job I've ever had, and you have to be committed 100%. If you don't love it and you do it just because you want people to scream for you, that's not enough to sustain the business. The other thing, a lot of you 13, 15, 16, figure out what you want to do right now.
Yes.
And if you don't have an answer, just find that answer. What makes you happy? Once you know what you want to do, then spend the rest of your time trying to figure out how you can do it. And by the time you're 19, 20, you'll already have a career.
Where was Olga K when I was 13 years old? Right?
Russia.
Russia. I was at Mother Russia.
Do any of you have a quick question?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Yes.
Yeah.
Come up here.
I just wanted to ask you, because you're like a fashion inspiration to me.
Thank you.
Like, how are you like not afraid to dress? Like honestly, like
I love your
the
question.
way you dress is like, it's like different, but it's like different in the best way. Like,
Thank you. That's a great question. So I grew up in Russia, and I was very, very poor. I didn't have my first pair of jeans until I was 18.
Wow.
And when I got jeans, I was like, oh my God, jeans, this is so cool. So I was always behind all the trends, like 5 or 6 years. And when I came to America, I just created my own style. I wanted to express myself through colors, and Betsey Johnson is a big inspiration to me, you know. And she never cared if it goes together or if it's too crazy or it looks like a prom dress. She just wears it and does cartwheels. And I really connected to that personality.
So you.
It's so
Yes.
me. So I just said to myself, I can do this and I can inspire girls to do this. These socks have lots of collars, and I wear them with dresses, like really fancy dresses and very like simple dresses. As long as you own it, you can do anything. You just have to walk in and say, this is my style, and I'm a trendsetter, and this is what we do. We just drop those papers on the ground.
I love it. And I think last time you were on the show, something stuck with me. You said something in the light of, you don't dress to impress, you dress to express. And I think that
Yes.
is Olga K.
Yes.
So big round of applause for Olga K.
Thank you, guys. I have a meetup at 1 o'clock at my booth at Mooshwalks. If you want to come down and take pictures, I'll be there. Thank you so much, Pop Trigger. I guys love you so much.
Oh, we love you. Good luck with everything.
You too.